So, confession time. Just want to kind of get some stuff off my chest. Um, I think it's good to do that every once in a while, just clear the air. And so, that being said, I love grilled cheese sandwiches. And plural because one grilled cheese is not a realistic goal that I can set for myself. I mean, unless it's like an appetizer to a meal of five grilled cheeses, then okay, we can talk about one grilled cheese, working for that. But you know how there's like certain foods where when you're eating them, your brain is doing everything that it can to help you like pace yourself. So like chocolate cake, for instance, first bite goes in and your brain's like, "Whoa, dude, this is some serious shit." And if you're not careful, after a few more bites, I'm gonna have to tell your heart to stop. So, and then you have to finish your cake though because you put it on your plate. But anything beyond that, people are gonna start to notice and question, you know, your obesity essentially. Um, but so I don't have that monologue for grilled cheese. I don't have my brain. My brain just stops. I'm like 10 fucking cheese triangles deep, and my mind's just going yes. And I could have a steak dinner and a full on dessert buffet, and if someone was like, "Oh, hey man, do you want this grilled cheese? I'm pretty full." I would snatch that grilled cheese from their hand. You don't waste perfectly good cheesy toast. I mean, I could sit down with a grilled cheese sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning and watch an entire infomercial about kids starving in Africa and not shed a tear. They Look, they don't even have American cheese and white bread over there anyways, so it's not like they're missing out. I mean, I've never had a mud cookie before, so I'm totally not affected by other people baking delicious mud cookies. It's their cuisine. I don't judge. That that sounded a little cruel. I guess I'm being selfish. I mean, truthfully, I think everybody on earth deserves or should be allowed to enjoy grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm just not sure that realistically we can get griddles and bread and butter and cheese to every country, and logistically that sounds really complicated and expensive. So maybe we could do like a grilled cheese third world tour. Basically, I'd fly a helicopter because we'd probably have to land in some pretty remote places. I'd fly the helicopter and to places where there's like starving children and no hope, and I'd land in the middle of their village and make really good grilled cheeses for them, and they wouldn't even have to pay me because the looks on their faces would be all I need in life. Just that look of like when they first pull the sandwich in half and all that cheese goo burdens their lower lip. I mean, I need that in my life. That's a powerful image, and I don't know. I mean, I've never made love to food before, and I think that's probably a safe move on my part. Because first, again, let's not be wasteful. Food goes in your mouth, not on your privates. But secondly, grilled cheeses are by nature, they're hot. I mean, they're filled with burning craft magma, and you don't really want that on your junk. Blisters, no, it's not good. But I do think it could definitely spice up your sex life. I mean, if my wife brought a grilled cheese to the bedroom, I mean, I'd definitely go with it. And I mean, put it this way, if there was like a viral video online called Four Dudes and a Grilled Cheese, I would say take my bandwidth. I mean, full screen HD. I'd get up and go make a grilled cheese sandwich while that shit buffered. I think also grilled cheese brings the best out of me. Um, just from my observations. I one time I tipped a cook at an IHOP after consuming what was, in my opinion, the penultimate marriage of bread and cheese. And to clarify, that was in addition to tipping the waitress. I mean, the waitress, all she did was just carry the plate out to the table. She didn't even really deserve the tip, in my opinion. But like I said, in the heat of the moment, I was overcome with generosity. I gave the cook a tip. I gave the server a tip. I was jumping up and down. And that's the kind of effect that these little culinary squares have on my behavior. But on the flip side, though, I completely lose my shit when I'm served something that's meant to be a grilled cheese, but is more like an unmelted anger sculpture meant to send me into a violent rage. One time, well, because I also think it's really important to be frugal when dining out, and typically like a 10 years and younger kids meal grilled cheese is a good way for a 31-year-old to, you know, live at that poverty level. Plus, if you're really feeling, crazy, you can get two kids meals, and it's usually like cheaper than a cheeseburger. So I got the grilled cheese kids meal, and you know, I'm not sure where the chef graduated from culinary school, but I mean, I was instantly offended the moment the plate hit the table. I I didn't even have to taste. Well, I couldn't taste it. I mean, I could still see the definition of like each individual cheese slice sitting between the bread. Come on, man. That cheese has to chemically fuse itself, and there's got to be that gold brown sear marks on top of the toast. And also, just a tip, don't ever smash or flatten a grilled cheese sandwich. It's not a panini. It's not a beef patty. Just let Mother Nature and gravity do its thing. You don't have to help it. Don't touch it. So, all right, so I'm served this grilled cheese imposter. I'm visually disturbed, and I'm shaking, and the waitress comes over and she asks, "Is everything looks okay?" And no, it was not okay. Things were dire. Words were said. I I'm not proud of what she forced out of me in front of my children, but it needed to be said. And I'm sorry, but if you work at a diner and you can't make a decent grilled cheese, then you need to call it quits. Like in life, just give up. And I'm not sure that there's anything else you really can do with your life if you fail at that. I don't know. Maybe make mud cookies?